Hello guys, so I'm here with another video. I wanted to talk about motherhood in this video. So now that my baby is a toddler, is now 1 year old, I thought I would be ready to talk about what motherhood has been like for the past year, the things that I've learned, and the things that has affected me really, or changed me in a way. So yes, if you guys would like to learn or find out a few things, then just keep on watching. So the first thing I want to talk about that is going to be quite an impact, it's your mental health. Your mental health and your mood is going to be all over the place, absolutely all over the place. You'll feel a mixture of overwhelming love and sheer exhaustion. You obviously have a new little perfect baby that you love and want to spend the entire time with, but you also feel so tired, and that's not just because you're not sleeping. You generally will feel tired because your body's gone through a lot. Also, you'll be crying for no reason. You'll find yourself crying, you find yourself like being sad and going through emotions that are not usually something that you would go through. And make sure that you differentiate these baby blues. So you will go through a period that is considered baby blues, where you feel quite low in mood, but if they continue for a long period, for longer than 2 weeks, then you probably need to see a doctor, because it might be postnatal depression. But you will feel low at times, especially straight after birth, just because your hormones are all over the place. You just gave birth, you had all your hormones are trying to regulate itself, and it's going to take a long time before it actually fully regulates. So you will feel all over the place, unfortunately. But make sure you've got a good support system. Make sure your partner, if he's there, make sure he's there with you, and make sure you've got friends and family that can support you during this time. Second topic I wanted to talk about, it is sleep. You will not sleep anymore. Forget sleep. If you were sleeping before, say goodbye to your sleep. It's not, I mean, to be honest, for me, I said goodbye to my sleep when I was pregnant, because my baby was extremely active around 2, 3 in the morning. He just wanted to like kick and bounce and play karate. I don't know, whatever he was doing inside. So I was always awake around 3 in the morning, 2 or 3 in the morning. So I forgot my sleep back then. But if you were able to sleep well during pregnancy, you will not be able to sleep as well once the baby is out. This is because the baby will need to eat every 2 hours. Literally every 2 hours your baby will be hungry. So if you're breastfeeding, it might even be worse. Like you might be every hour and a half, every hour sometimes even, the baby will need to eat. So yeah, forget your sleep. But it's not horrible, because it's only for a short period of time. Like, I know every baby is different, but for example, my baby, by the time he was like 7 months, he was fine sleeping. I'll put him down on his next to me, and I'll be downstairs with my husband, like just chilling, having dinner, watching TV, and he will be asleep. He will wake up a couple of times during the night, and he stopped doing that around 9 months. And he just, once we moved him into his own room, and I wish we did that earlier, but once we moved him into his own room, he slept all the way through the entire night without waking up, and we were happy. But yeah, at the beginning of the journey of motherhood, your baby is so tiny and he needs to eat constantly. So every hour or every 2 hours or every 3 hours, depends on the baby, but you will not be able to sleep, because you will have to do that throughout the night. I know everyone says to you, oh, sleep when the baby sleeps. Let me tell you, that it's nonsense. You cannot sleep when the baby sleeps, because you've got washing to do, you've got cleaning to do, you've got bottle to wash, you've got, if you're pumping, you've got pumping to do, and all of that. So that's nonsense. You can barely find time to sleep when the baby sleeps, and usually by the time you finish doing the task, the baby is up, he needs to eat, you've put him back down, and then it's not as easy. Don't worry so much. One doesn't last forever, and you will finally get to the point where you'll be able to sleep again. The point I want to talk about is breastfeeding. Oh, yes, it's a I don't want to say bad topic. It's actually a wonderful thing to do with your child, but I think there's such a big pressure on women to breastfeed, in that if you don't breastfeed, you're not going to have this amazing experience. Your baby's not going to have this emotional experience with you. So some women put so much pressure on themselves that they then can't breastfeed because they are stressed and the baby can't latch. I unfortunately had a quite traumatic birth experience, and I lost a lot of blood, and as you might or might not be aware, your milk is made from the blood. So because I've lost so much blood, I wasn't able to produce milk until, like, I think for the 3 days maybe after I gave birth. No, actually it wasn't 3 days. It was like four or 5 days after I gave birth. Then I started producing milk. But the issue was because I wasn't producing any milk, and the baby wasn't latching in hospital because there wasn't any milk to latch on. Like he was latching, but there wasn't nothing coming out, so he was unlatching. So I unfortunately didn't get to have that experience of breastfeeding, but I pumped, and I pumped quite a lot, and I was able to produce breast milk to give to my baby that way. First of all, the latching bit, it's painful. I don't know who told anyone that it isn't painful. I found it quite painful when it was latching. Whether it was latching wrong or not, I don't think that was the issue. I think that's just the first initial, you know, sucking of your nipples, which are quite sensitive. But I think once you do it over and over and over again, it's not as painful. Anyway, breastfeeding, I mean, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's a beautiful thing to do for you and your baby, but don't get upset and don't get so hyper focused if you can't breastfeed, because I think once you stress so much, then it's just gonna affect you not the best way. Whether you're pumping or breastfeeding, just make sure you've got quite good nipple balm, because you'll need it, because your nips will crack and it will be quite sore. You might bleed as well if you don't moisturize them or enough. They might bleed, and then they'll get to the milk, which is not an issue because the baby can still drink it. Anyone will tell you if you're breastfeeding you lose weight, so that's what I want to talk about. They say if you're breastfeeding you lose weight. That's a lie. It's an absolute lie. You find yourself eating a lot more, and you find yourself drinking a lot more, I mean fluid. So that's not true. You will probably gain more weight actually breastfeeding. I definitely did. Although I wasn't breastfeeding, I was breast pumping. I gained like 10 kilos by pumping. Yeah, I didn't lose anything when I was pumping. I actually was gaining, so just bear that in mind. Yeah, there's one thing: when the baby is little, they go through this strange period of cluster feeding. I was never told about cluster feeding. I was clueless, so I had to Google to find out what was going on with my baby. But I would feed him, and after half an hour he was hungry again. He will cry for food. And at first I was thinking, oh, is he dirty nappy or is something, but it wasn't any of that. He was just hungry for food again. And they go through this period, I think when they are 2 months, maybe like a few times throughout the baby journey, that yes, it's actually quite it's tiring. It's definitely tiring because you're finding yourself pumping more or breastfeeding more often. So for you guys that breastfeeding, you'll be breastfeeding every like 20 minutes. It could be yeah, literally every 20 minutes, because my baby was on the bottle every half an hour. So yeah, and then this goes on for a few days, and then they stop, and then it goes back again from another episode of cluster feeding, which is very tiring because it goes throughout the night as well, so you're having to not sleep at all. But it's okay. It's not often. I think it's only had like 3 or 4 episodes of cluster feeding throughout its baby journey, baby life. Baby clothes, so you will find yourself buying lots and lots of cute little baby clothing that you're probably imagining yourself putting on your baby, you know, like, oh, my baby's gonna look cute with this outfit and that outfit, and you have lots of friends and family that's gonna buy lots of clothes, so you'll probably end up with loads and loads of clothes. The thing is, your baby's not gonna wear half of those clothes. No, it's not gonna wear half of it. It's not. I bought so many clothes for my baby, and I had all this amazing idea that I was gonna wear this when we went out here, we went out there. I don't know what I was thinking. Going out where I didn't even go out anywhere. The first week I went for one walk and I almost died because I was in so much pain. So you'll be stuck in your house for at least, I would say, the first couple of weeks, maybe less. It depends on how was your birth experience. But yes, I ended up staying at home with my baby more at the beginning, more than I thought I was going to. And all those cute outfits that I thought he was going to wear in this episode, in this occasion, and that, he didn't end up wearing. He wore some of them home, and then like I will put them in the wash because they will get dirty within like 5 minutes. You will eat and it will throw up on the clothes, or you will poop and the poop will be a poop explosion. So you will wear it for 5 minutes, probably won't even have the chance to take a picture because by the time you go and get your phone, the clothes are now dirty. And then you put them for washing, and then you want to put them on the week after, and the baby's grown out of it. Yes, they grow that quickly. you can probably put them on in one clothes 1 week, and by the next week they're too big for that. So my advice is do not buy as many clothes, especially in the beginning stage, because they do not need it. They really don't need it. They probably will be wearing sleep suit, bodysuit the entire time, because it's just easier, and you haven't got time to be putting like clothes, like little trousers, buttons. I really didn't have time to do that. I bought lots of cute clothes that you never actually got to wear. So minimize your buying, and you'll save a lot of money by doing that. Let's talk about the poop. As a nurse, I always ask people about the bowel movement and things like that. But when I had a baby, his bowel movement was so important. It was like I was obsessed, literally obsessed with his bowel movement. The excitement that you get to see in the poop, because then you look at the color. Oh, is the color right? Oh, is the smell fine? Oh, is this consistency right? So everything matters. And I would take picture of the poop and then be like, send it to my midwife or health visitor or doctor and show them, oh, does this look right? I had loads of pictures of his poop on my phone. But it's such an important thing, because you need to know if they're pooping, and you need to know that what they're eating, it's actually working well for them. As I said, he was on breast milk and formula, and so his poop wasn't like, usually if you are breastfed you don't poop as much, and if you are on formula you poop more. So for him it was in between, because he was having both. So you know, I was worried because I didn't know exactly what his poop should look like or how many times he has to poop. But then again, every child is different. I think do not worry yourself so much if your child is not pooping as what is recommended. As long as your child is pooping and he's on schedule and his poop looks fine and he's not in pain, then don't worry about it. There is a few things that I bought for my baby before he was born, but certain things ended up being absolutely useless. And the main thing that I wanted to talk to you about is the bottle warmer. Do not, under any circumstances, buy a bottle warmer. They are rubbish. They are useless. You will never need them. And I say this because we were originally starting to use the bottle warmer at night, you know, when we want to feed him. We just get a bottle, whether it's breast milk. We usually would be breast milk, and put in a bottle warmer to warm it up. But that would take forever. So one day I was just like, let me just boil water and put the bottle in a jug, and I put like boiling water in a jug, and then I put the bottle inside, and that was so much quicker than using the bottle warmer. So we got the bottle warmer that's been sitting in our kitchen for like months, and we never really used it. We probably used it like for the first week, and that's it. And then we started using the just boiling water in a jug. It's so much easier. Another thing that probably you will want to buy, that if you're bottle feeding your child, it's I'll show you guys. I'll show you like a video of it. It's this UV bottle prep from Tommy TP. The only reason why I never bought that is because I was recommended by my health visitor and my midwife that they are not safe, and by that they meant that in the section when the milk and the powder comes out, it gets moldy, and then what happens is you actually giving some mold particles to your baby, and that's why I personally haven't bought it. But I know a lot of people have got it and they wash it regularly and it works perfectly fine for them. So if you're bottle feeding your baby, that I would recommend probably to get that, just because it's easier to prepare milk at night, and also make sure that you're cleaning the device properly. I say once a day. One thing that will change extremely is your body. Your body will never look the same. I don't want to say unfortunately, because it might get better, it might get worse. There will be part of your body, like your breast might look a little bit saggy as time goes on, your thigh might be saggy, you might have like extra fat in other parts of your body, your waist might not be as small anymore. Things like that you might find about your body that you might not like as much anymore. But I wouldn't stress so much about it, just because your body's gone through a massive change, and something that you should be proud of. I think like giving a birth is such an amazing experience, and that will change your body. Yes, with time you will lose weight. It might take you longer to lose weight. I think I was eating like there was no tomorrow, and the worst time that I was eating was at night time, eating all kind of rubbish, carbs, bread, chocolate. Those was what I wanted to eat. Just carbs, bread and chocolate. That's it. If you give me like good food, like healthy food, no, just give me bread, chocolate, give me burgers, on anything unhealthy. My body was like, give it to me now. So yeah, I ended up gaining 10 kilos, and yeah, I don't think your body change is something that you need to focus so much about, because your body will change again with time. Okay, so don't worry about it. Just enjoy your body and your baby now, because it will change. Another thing that will change, that might not always be in the best way, it will be your relationship with your partner. So what you need to remember is, both of you, especially if you're first-time parents, this is a new experience for both of you, and at the beginning it's really hard, because you might want a certain thing done a certain way, or there's just things that will make you guys clash a lot. The communication will probably be a lot more polar between you two, and yes, and things might not go as well as you imagined. You might want him to be more helpful, to help you more with the baby and help you more around the house, and you might not get as much help as you had wished. The thing is that you need to communicate. Once you guys start communicating again, things will go back to normal. But if you are afraid to communicate, or if you know, just get mad without really talking, and things like that will affect the relationship. So there'll be silly arguments, especially with hormones going all over the place. There could be silly arguments, as you could argue with him about, for example, we argued about the right way to put the onesie. What? Like, now I'm thinking like, what? That's so silly. But you know what, after all, after you go through the stage of like argument and just being ups and down, you will find that you love your partner even more. I definitely do. Another point that I want to touch about is when you get to the stage of baby weaning. Oh my god, if that stage isn't scary, that stage, I find it so scary, because you know, like your baby doesn't necessarily choke, but it does like this gagging thing, and you think, oh my god, it's gonna choke, and you get scared of giving him certain things, but you need to keep trying, because if you don't, then it's gonna affect them later on in life. So you know, with the baby weaning, you start around 6 months, but go slowly. Baby-led weaning, so you let the baby kind of do their own thing. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, do not do it. Do not do it, because you don't want to create more anxiety and be more worried about this stage when the baby is eating, because the baby will pick it up as well from you, and then there'll be a little bit more, I say, less, the behavioral will be a little bit not great. So just don't worry so much about that state, you know, about doing it the way people say on the internet. Just give your baby puree food for a few weeks, and then slowly like change the state, change the puree, so make it a little bit more thick, a little thicker, a little thicker, a little thick as you go on. Then you just manage that way with your baby. Don't follow everything everyone is doing on the internet. Just because they're giving the 6 months old a piece of broccoli doesn't mean that you have to give your child a piece of broccoli. Just take it easy, okay? If you want to do the puree stage, stick to the puree stage until like 6 to 7 months, and then you can move on. Or if you need help, discuss with your health visitor. There's no issue with that, but don't feel like you have to do certain things, especially if you're not ready, and especially if your baby's not ready. Your baby sleep. So my baby now, my baby was sleeping on his own in his own room from the age of 8 to 9 months. Do not be stressed about having to sleep train your baby, or you'll read so many books that'll tell you do this and do that and do that. Follow what your baby wants. Just your baby will tell you what he needs, you know. So do not feel stressed that you need to follow a certain routine because your friend babies are sleeping by themselves for 4 months. Every child is different. You can sleep train if you feel comfortable, you know, doing that, but you don't have to. You do not have to. You can just sleep with your baby. You can like co-sleep with your baby if that helps, you know, like there's safe way to do it. Or if you wanna like just give it time, you give it time. There's no rush. The baby will eventually sleep by themselves anyway. They will eventually sleep by themselves in their own room, sleep throughout the night. They will. Read the books if you need to, get the help if you need to, but take it with a pinch of salt. Not everything that you read has to be applied to your baby, because not every baby is the same. Motherhood, it's messy, it's hard, but it's the most beautiful chaos I've ever been in. I recommend every mom to enjoy your baby as much as you can, because they grow so quickly. I don't want to be one of those moms that says please enjoy, it goes by so quickly. But enjoy your baby. don't enjoy every stage, because not every stage might be fun, but definitely enjoy your baby because they grow really quickly. Yeah, they go so quickly. So if you're a mom, or if you're a new mom, or you're a mom to be, please comment below and tell me, like, what's your experience been like, what things have you learned about motherhood, and what have you enjoyed the most about motherhood so far. Or if you've got any new lessons that I can learn from as well, because I'm still a new mom, my baby's only one, there's so much more I can learn. So if you've got any tips or anything for any other mom, please leave it down below in the comments. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, because I'll be coming up with more content of this type, or like spend a day with me, things like that. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and also please like and obviously comment, as I stated before. And don't forget to send this video to a sleep deprived friend that might very much need some advice. Love you guys, and see you next time. Bye.